other side, ladies and gentlemen, more skeletons are tumbling out of the Delhi rape-accused Babu's closet. It seems the officer handpicked by the Delhi minister, Kailash Gehlot, as officer on special duty in 2022 was a habitual offender. Times now has accessed clinching documents that reveal not one or two but 4 cases of sexual harassment filed against him in 2019. But every time the internal committees gave him a clean chit. The first complaint of the sexual harassment was filed against Premoday Khakha in May 2019, but he was cleared of the charge by an internal committee. The complainant approached the High Court and the next hearing is scheduled on September 26. The second complaint was filed in March 2019, was also quashed by the internal committee of the Delhi Women and Child Development Department, citing no evidence. In another complaint, the internal panel said that the allegation against Khakha didn't have any proof and the High Court would hear the matter in November. Another complaint against Khakha was rejected by the Vigilance Branch and the Delhi Department of Women and Child Department called it fake. But who was trying to shield Premoday Khakha? Well, one of the complainants who approached the High Court detailed in her 2021 petition that there was an attempt to protect Khakha, and even the Delhi Women's Panel chief didn't pursue the case diligently as per law. The president of DCW is listed the 6th respondent in the case. The complainant says the DCW issued 6 emails to a fictitious ID which has nothing to do with her own email ID. Another complainant has claimed that Khakha tried to suppress the POCSO cases. Listen in to this complainant's charge.
उनका हमारे कपड़ों पर टिप्पणी करना, ज़बरदस्ती ऑफिस में रोकने के लिए बाध्य करना, कार्यस्थल पर जो हमारा जो वर्क टाइम था 10 to 5 उसके बाद फोर्स करना रुकने के लिए, और मेरी जो सहयोगी थी, सिर्फ मुझ पर नहीं, मेरे साथ में जो मेरी सहयोगी थी उन पर भी टीका टिप्पणी करना। सेक्रेटरी को शुरुआत में ही इन्फॉर्म किया गया था कि इस तरह की घटनाएं चल रही हैं अंदर, हमें असुरक्षा की भावना हमारे अंदर पनप गई थी, तो हमें सुरक्षा उपलब्ध कराई जाए इस तरीके की घटनाओं से, ताकि आगे किसी के साथ ना हो। लेकिन नियमित समय पर कार्रवाई नहीं हो पाई थी और फिर हमने आगे जाके कंप्लेंट DCW किया और IC जो थी वो शायद बाद में बनी थी। हमारी जो कंप्लेंट थी उसके काफ़ी समय बाद में IC का गठन हुआ था। DCW से भी कोई ऐसी इफेक्टिव कार्रवाई नहीं हो पाई। वहाँ पर जुवेनाइल होम में जो बच्चे होते थे वो सारे जुवेनाइल एक्यूज होते थे, उनके साथ भी पॉक्सो के केसेस को आते थे, जिनको ये दबाने के लिए हमसे प्रेशराइज करके मैनिपुलेट कराते थे रिपोर्ट्स को, और जो पॉक्सो के मैटर थे उनको हाइड करने के लिए, रिपोर्ट ना करने के लिए दबाव बनाया जाता था। कुल हमने उसका कंप्लेंट जो कंसर्न बोर्ड के मजिस्ट्रेट हैं उनको किया था, वहां से JJC को इनका गया था, JJC से विद इमीडिएट इफेक्ट इनका ट्रांसफर हुआ था और इनको किसी भी बाल संरक्षण गृह में तैनाती ना दी जाने की अनुशंसा की गई थी।
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate, Nighat Appa's spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. But my first question goes to Abha Singh, lawyer and activist. And Abha Singh, my question to you, this man, repeat offender, was cleared and made the OSD. During his tenure, there were complaints, and these complaints were completely set aside. The DCW chief, Swati Maliwal, who went on a strike, sat on a dharna in the particular case where Khakha has been arrested, was sent these complaints earlier as well. And the complainant herself is saying that DCW took no action. Some fictitious emails are being mentioned, came from a fictitious account. And the fact is that DCW chief was a respondent number 6 in one of the cases filed by a complainant. Did the Delhi government deliberately put women as cannon fodder to this sexual offender?
Absolutely, Navika, you are very correct when you say that the Delhi government has definitely protected him, because when you have earlier complaints, when there are sexual harassment complaints against you, ICC has been set up, and after that you make him an officer of in the WCD ministry. Not only that, he's made an OSD. So my mind goes to what was he doing for the government so much that in spite of such a bad record, you need a vigilance clearance. After all that, he's given such a crucial post. Also, when you talk of the ICC, let me tell you, these ICCs have no teeth. They are absolutely just a name. They are just on paper. Nobody is serious. Nobody wants to give the ICC members any power to fix these sexual molesters. It is just an eyewash. The Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act has collapsed. In fact, I filed a PIL in Supreme Court, and Justice Khanna said, no, you first go to the WCD ministry. You first go to the Secretary WCD ministry. And the main issue is that the ICW members have no teeth. They themselves work under these bosses, and hence every sexual offender goes scot-free. Swati Maliwal is now trying to cover up, and that is why she's sitting on a dharna. Otherwise, had she been serious, I'm sure this sexual offender would not have been OSD or working in the WCD ministry.
Akashdeep Muni, I want to ask you straightforward, drama, dharnas apart. There are women, 4 women who had complained before this little child. And this person who was made the OSD in the Women and Child Department had been removed from a juvenile home for the same reason by a judicial magistrate. With a record like that, you put such a man in the WCD ministry and then an OSD to the minister? Akashdeep Muni, I mean, should the Aam Aadmi Party be guilty of giving protection to somebody with this kind of a record?
See, Navika ji, first of all, I totally don't agree that the Aam Aadmi Party government was involved in any way. There is no proof of that. There is no factual proof of that. There may be some emotional proof, but there is no factual proof.
The writ petition is
no.
High Court. In High Court is a emotional proof, and the fact that Swati Maliwal was respondent along with the WCD ministry, is that factual or is that emotional proof? Nikhat,
is that factual proof? No, you can take. You can speak. Let me answer at least. Asking a question to me, let me answer.
No, but you're not answering. You're saying there is no factual proof that the Delhi government did anything.
If you don't want to let me answer, it's your wish. If you let me speak for at least 15 seconds, I'll be speaking something.
Okay, can I please come in on that?
Yeah. Okay,
no,
make your point, Akashdeep.
Let me answer. First of all,
yes.
The point is that one of the councillors went to the High Court. And the High Court said that go to the appropriate authority. Now, you don't consider IC to be appropriate authority, your wish, but the High Court does. Okay, first point. Second point is that in this particular case, it was the Swati Maliwal who has made an inquiry and written to the Chief Secretary to not only to suspend him, but sack him. It was Swati Maliwal who brought this thing into the forefront. And they have written a letter. Okay, the letter is in public domain and you also have access to it. Third point, which is very, very important, is that it was Delhi police that waited for 8 long days, from 13th to 21st, to do an arrest. It was not...
Nikhat Abbas' response to our, including the internal committee, which in the first place, what we are learning is, was not even set up. No internal committee for such complaints in the WCD department, Women and Child Development Department. No internal committee set up after a long time when complaints started coming in. 4 complaints set aside, yet this man was made the OSD and then went on to rape a minor. Do you think somebody needs to carry the cross for what has happened to this minor and to all those who have been sexually harassed before this? Who's going to answer? Who's going to be accountable? It's a question Mr. Kejriwal should answer, and at the earliest. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night. Have a safe weekend.